Hi everybody, I'm Moody Boo, the Fragrant Nomad, and I am back with one of your picks for my next reviews from Brown Girl Jane. Problem is I had Dare on there and I already reviewed it with my top amber fragrances. So I changed it up and instead it's going to be Carnivale and Carousel. Let me start off by saying Brown Girl Jane is one of my all-time favorite houses. I have every one of their fragrances. I love every one of their fragrances. There isn't a single one I don't adore. Some I love even more than others, and let me tell you, these two are right up there. I think I blind bought every single one of them. So we'll start with Carousel. So Carousel is one of their later releases. The notes in Carousel are caramelized apple, sparkling black currant, spun sugar, lily of the valley, coral rose, orange blossom, sandalwood cream, or creme, cloud musk, and cherry leather. Cherry leather. I don't know if that means red leather or if it means like fruit leather, that it's made out of cherries. I don't know. Whoa. So this one, it starts off with the caramelized apple, which is mind-blowing. It's a mind-blowing note. Caramelized apple, you would think that would smell super sweet, but when it mixes with the black currant adds this shimmery kind of tang to the sweet warmth of the caramelized apple. Because caramelized apple, that could be a very sweet note, but with that beautiful, I think they called it sparkling black currant. It's sparkling, it's shiny, and it really adds to the opening. Now, I don't get a lot of Lily of the Valley, and to me, Lily of the Valley just tends to soapy up some fragrances, and if it's used in the right amount, it can add just enough soap to make it interesting, or it can be way too much and be like, you know, hand soap. So just a little bit is good, too much, bad. So I don't get a lot of it. And I get a little bit of rose, but it's a creamy rose, which is the kind that I love the most. The orange blossom is there, but again, you would think with the Lily of the Valley and the orange blossom, there's a chance it could get kind of soapy. It's not in the least. It's gourmand and yet not gourmand. It's floral, yet it's not floral. It's a beautifully well blended fragrance. As far as the deep notes go, I don't get a lot of musk. Thank you very much. I don't care if it's cloud musk, white musk, or whatever. I like animalic musk, but in small amounts in the right fragrance with the right combination of notes. In this one, a white musk would have been screechy itchy in my opinion, and I don't get any of it. Hallelujah. So the cherry leather, when the deep dry down happens, you do get this kind of earthy, kind of, I guess, leathery kind of a note, but it's really light, and it only complements the gourmand and the floral notes, in my opinion. It never goes full throat leather, never. So again, I'm not sure if they're talking real leather or if they're talking the fruit leather. I'm not sure, but I don't get a lot of fruit leather either, so we're good either way. So just to surmise, it starts off fairly gourmand with this sweet, very caramel apple kind of a vibe, and then that black currant comes in and pulls it back from going too far, and that slight tang and fruitiness, berryness comes in there and mixes with that caramel apple, and it's wonderful. But it is fruity and it is gourmand at the very beginning, but then really quickly those floral notes kick in, and so it alters it a little bit to where it's not quite so gourmand, but it's also not really floral. So they're, like I said, so well blended that it's really hard to pick out individual notes, but the accord that everything is creating is wonderful. Oh, You guys haven't tried Brown Girl Jane yet? I don't know what you're waiting on, because time is passing. You need to show some love to this house because he's very affordable. They have kind of, some of the fragrances come in like a 30 ml bottle and some come in 50. Oh my God, it's so good. So it's fruity and it's a little gourmand, it's a little floral, and then when it dries down, it gets a little earthy, a little warm. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I think some masculine personalities are going to kind of think it's a tick or two on the feminine side. But I don't really get that. But I think because it's a fragrance that doesn't take itself very seriously. And it seems like dudes like to wear the more serious stuff, in my opinion. But this is flirty, it's fun, it's festive, it'd be perfect for, festivities with family and friends. If you oversprayed, I do think it could compete with signature scents in big crowds. I think you could wear this date or night. I've worn it both times. It's appropriate for both. And I think you could wear this year round because it's sweet enough that and has enough intensity for cooler temperatures. But yet, if you back off on the trigger a little bit, I think it's perfect for spring. And I have worn it this summer multiple times, usually at night, but not necessarily. I've worn it to work as well. Really versatile stuff. Lasts on me every bit of 8 hours with 2 to 3 sprays, probably 3 sprays. Projection is about arm's length, and it comes a little closer, but that's kind of where it stays before it Houdinis. And it's not a formal scent. This is something, again, I said, doesn't take itself too seriously. So it's really good for fun, flirtatious festivities. Give it a pump and see what happens. I'm not sure that came out right, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, Carousel next. And Carnivale. Carnivale? Carnivale? This one is beautiful too. This one is different. They're all very different too. None of them really have a lot of crossover with each other. Even though there may be some similar notes, they all smell very individual, which I really appreciate and have a lot of respect for the house. This one is Caribbean Mango, Jasmine Nectar, not Jasmine Nectar, Jasmine, Nectar. Amber Ginger, Whipped Musks, Golden Pimento, Creamy Sandalwood, and Vanilla. Oh, and this one is lighter, in my opinion, than Carousel. It's you would have to get the same projection and the same intensity, probably 4 or 5 sprays with this one as opposed to 2 to 3 with Carousel. This one's more fruity, in my opinion. The mango, and I don't know what kind of nectar they're talking about there, but I assume it's a kind of fruit nectar. And honestly, I was going to say I get a little ginger in this, and there it is listed in the notes. And I'm going off of Brown Girl Jane's website, not Fragrantica. I don't know what whipped musks are. It's amazing how they put these little descriptive words in front of something, and it's like, what is that? But I don't know what whipped musk is. But anyway, I don't know what musk ever did to them. The Golden Pimento, now I don't get a lot of pimento. There isn't much heat in this at all. So I'm not sure about that one either. The sandalwood is creamy, and it comes in just minutes after you spray it, because it starts off with the mango, the jasmine, the nectar, and the ginger. That's really the main players that I get, because there's this hint of that ginger tang that can happen, but there's no real heat in this. And the vanilla, of course, is there throughout. I don't get a jasmine necessarily. There might be a little hint of floral in there. It's not an indolic jasmine by any means. and it's not a big player. So if you're not a big floral person, don't let that sway you. It starts off fruity with that ginger kick in there, that little bit of tang zing in there, you know. And then the amber comes in and the sandalwood comes in and the vanilla is there throughout. And it's just creamy. It's sweet without being too sweet. It's fruity. It's gourmand, but it really isn't heavy gourmand. You know, it's that fruity kind of gourmand, if that makes any sense. Because you can have heavy gourmands with caramel and cotton candy and, you know, all of that vanilla and all that stuff heavy in there. Creme brulee, you know, and it can be a bit too much sometimes. This is just right. This is a perfect kind of fruity, gingery kind of compote at the beginning until the amber and the sandalwood kick in. Then that grounds it a little bit, makes it just a hint earthy, but it keeps that creamy sweetness throughout the whole thing. And this is a black-owned perfume house, so please go out there and show the love, because I am absolutely in love with this house. This is in my top 5 fragrance houses. This one, this Brown Girl Jane, top 5 out of the hundreds of fragrances that I have and the probably hundreds of houses that I've been into. This is in my top 5. I may have to do my top 5 favorite houses. I probably have said that before. And again, it didn't come to fruition, but Brown Girl Jane is amazing, and I hope you guys check them out. They do have discovery sets and things like that, so you don't have to blind buy. So, and this one is the same performance as Carousel. So it's about 8 hours. Comes a little closer during that time, but not skin scent territory by any means. And then at Houdini's. Same kind of scenarios. I think you could wear this year round. I think you could wear it day or night, depending on how many sprays you give. I think you could wear this for just a massive amount of occasions. Nothing formal again, because this is flirty and fun. So it doesn't take itself seriously. So again, I wouldn't wear it to formal occasions necessarily, unless it's like a casual wedding or something like that, you know, something not tux and, you know, formal. I think this could compete with signature scents if you gave it a couple extra sprays at a club. I think you wear it day or night. I do think some masculine personalities are going to find it a tick or two on the feminine side. I think most of Brown Girl Janes are, well, it's kind of in the name. I think they are kind of looking for that feminine, or at least female-oriented kind of customer, I will say. I would love to see them put out some masculine fragrances, see what comes up with that, because these guys are geniuses. This stuff is well blended, it's affordable, it performs well. What more do I need to say to convince you guys? You got to check it out. They're wonderful. Top 5 favorite houses of all time, right here, Brown Girl Jane. Oh, I apologize for being so scatterbrained, but oh my God, and I know I've missed some weeks with videos, but we had a COVID outbreak. I still haven't gotten COVID. I'm still in COVID. I've now tested 30 times and I've had 30 negative tests. Go figure. So anyway, it doesn't mean I'm not getting sick. It just means I'm not testing positive for COVID. So I don't know what I got this last time, but I was down for the weekend and then had to take a day off work too. So that sucked. But yeah, I tested myself 3 times. It wasn't COVID. So anyway, I do what I can. I try to keep up when I can. I will be posting another poll. I'm still working on my benzoin because it looks like that's the one that won, even though I think it was Ylang Ylang was really close. I'm really struggling to put together my favorite benzoins for some reason. I keep going back and forth between about 3 perfumes to make it my 5th one, and I just can't make a decision. Lord. So anyway, if you could go on my community page and vote and look for new polls, because I'm putting them up. And I'll be back soon, probably with the benzoin one, as long as I can figure it the fuck out. But other than that, I guess that's about it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience and your support. And I'll be back soon. And don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell and comment if you want. If you don't, it's all good. I still love you. And use your own